Okay, hello, fellow diamond painters. It's 5:15 a.m. It is the 26th of May. It is a Sunday morning, a.m. Uh, in May 2024, and I am ticked. I just spent 15 minutes whip and sipping with you guys, and I look up at my camera, and it had shut itself off. You dirty bird. So now I'm starting all over. I've Oh, apparently this week is not a good week at all. So I'm showing you the Golden Girls. I'm finishing up her face. I have to do her hair up here. And I think they look pretty good. They look, they look who they're supposed to look like, I guess. Anyway, let me see if I can start this all over again. And, you know, uh, talk about what I was talking about. This is ridiculous. Uh, what I was talking about was, and we'll turn this light on again, and phone, camera, whatever, you better stay on. It's charged. I don't know what its problem is. Anyway, as I was saying in the beginning, was the day I mowed the grass, I mowed it early. It took me about an hour to mow. Oh, by the time I was done, I was so tired. And I, came in and I wasn't hot, but it was just hard to breathe. Everything, all that stuff I was breathing in out there. And I'm just getting too old to be mowing grass. I don't care. But I can't find anybody around here who will do it. So I ended up coming in, taking a nice shower, which felt so good after mowing that grass. And came in, sat down, and next thing I know, it was 4 or 5 hours later, I had passed out. So I was tired, apparently. And my daughter was not getting any better. She was having pain, and she's using the, ice packs and everything, and it just wasn't making a difference. So the next day, which was Saturday, and like I said, you heard the thunderstorms, everything. We ended up, she just said, "Mom, I can't take it anymore." The pain, everything was just, nothing was happening. Nothing was helping. So I would have went to an urgent care. The issue with urgent care is they will not let you just walk in anymore unless you have like either cash or big insurance. Because we tried to go in before, and apparently they don't like the insurance card that we have. So I hate using the emergency room for what I would consider maybe non-emergency, but the infection she's got, her dentist and I are going to maybe have a go-round, because I was under the impression that if you have a cavity that they need to, fill or work on in the face, suspect it's got an infection or anything like that, they're supposed to send you home with antibiotics or prescribe antibiotics, and once that's cleared, then they do your root canals or whatever they, pull a tooth, whatever they got to do. Well, he worked on hers, and her face just kept getting larger and larger on the right side. I mean, just poofing up. So we went to the emergency room, and I told them there when I walked in, I said, "I really apologize for this, but she can't take the pain anymore, and the Motrin that he gave her was just not doing anything. So, we, oh gosh, I'm losing my train of thought here. So we turned around, and the receptionist or nurse, whoever she was, she said, no, that's fine, And so they never took her back to the emergency room. They have two separate areas, and one is just what they call their treatment area. And I suppose if it's serious enough, they test you in there, your blood pressure, do all their stuff, and then they'll transfer you to the emergency area, which they just started that. I never knew they had that before. But anyway, we got there at about 9:10, and we didn't get out of there until noon. And when my daughter came out, she was a little ticked off. And she said, well, let's talk about it in the car, Well, they gave her, they sent her home with prescriptions that they called in for hydrocodone, I guess, or something. I don't know. And anyhow, that we have to pick that up at the drugstore. And they called in a prescription for, I guess, a major dose of amoxicillin. A higher dose than what the dentist had prescribed. And some, is it lidocaine? Lidocaine, I think it's what it is, liquid, that you rub on your gums or on a cut, whatever. And so we waited. I had to wait for like a couple hours at home, and the drugstore called and said they were in. So I went down and picked them up. Brought those home to her. She was nauseous for quite a while. She hasn't really been eating or anything because she's nauseous, and I don't know if it's the infection or if it's the all the Motrin she was taking, trying to make the pain go away. She's using ice packs and so on. So as soon as you get home, she had to wait a little while because they had given her pain meds at the emergency at the hospital, and she had to wait to take another big dose of the amoxicillin after so many hours. So when she finally did that, she tried to eat, but then, like partway through, she just got nauseous again. So she said, I can't eat anymore. And she kept using ice packs. I had her take some of the pain med. And then she took her next dose of the amoxicillin, which I told her, make sure there's something in your stomach, And so she went to bed last night at, I don't know, around 11 o'clock, somewhere around there. And she just got up a little bit ago, like about between 4:30 a.m. and 5 a.m. And oh my gosh, her right side of her face is so swollen. Her lip, her nose, everything, her cheek, everything is just ballooned. So I don't know what to do. I don't know. Like I told her, I said, even if we were to take you back to the emergency room, what are they going to do? Are they going to, is the amoxicillin not working? Or, I just don't know what to do. But see, while she was back there in the treatment thing too, my daughter is prone to seizures, and she had not had one for over a year or so. While she was back there, with the nausea, with the pain, with everything, and so all of a sudden, she said it was mild, Mom. She said, but she had a seizure. What she was pissed about, that's what she was mad when she come out, is that she was sitting there. Sorry, the screw dot is acting up. She was sitting there, and all of a sudden she started to have a seizure. Well, the nurse, because my daughter told the nurse that was there, or whoever she was, said, I think I'm going to have a seizure. And that nurse, and they don't even know my daughter, and all they have to do is look in her records, because she's been to that hospital I don't know how many times for her seizures. And the female nurse, or like I said, whatever she was, said to the male nurse that was there, says, is she prone to seizures? And he goes, no. And my daughter's looking at him like, are you out of your mind? What do you mean, no? My daughter said, well, yes, I am. And all the nurse did was pull the blanket on her a little higher up and walked away from her while she was having the seizure. Just walked away. And my daughter said, it's a good thing it was mild, And then after it was over, the nurse came over and said, well, are you okay? Whatever. I mean, like, what the hell? I don't know what's going on anymore. I really don't. The medical profession, they charge more and do less, or they don't give a shit. And I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. I am so pissed. Because I told him, I said, well, when I went up to the desk while my daughter was still back there, I said, can you tell me where my daughter is? Because I'm thinking, usually they used to go back there into that one little area. They would take their blood pressure, their heart rate, and blah, blah, blah. And then they would send them back out into the emergency area and then send them over, to the other section. And they said, well, no, she's in the treatment thing. As long as she's back there, there's no visitors. So you can't even go back there to see what they're doing to the person, that they sent back there. So who knows what's going on back there. Must not want anybody to know that they're idiots or something. And they said, oh, no, she's getting ready to be discharged. I said, oh, well, gee, thanks a lot. But I am really ticked, so I don't know what to do. I don't know. It's a Sunday. There's nothing but emergency. That's it. I mean, what are you going to do? I thought about calling one of the urgent cares again and find out why we can't just walk in there when you have an emergency like that. Why do I have to use an emergency room, which costs even more than what it would be for an urgent care? I don't get it. I'm just, sorry, my stomach is, you might end up hearing my stomach growling. I haven't eaten yet. I'm not in the mood. I'm just not happy right at the moment. I mean, that's my daughter. I wouldn't be happy if it was me, but that's my child. And I don't care how old she gets, that's my child. And I'm really upset. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what we're going to do. Monday, is a holiday, and like she said when she looked up his hours, the dentist hours, that it was, hours may vary, depending on what holiday it is and blah, blah, blah. And I missed a number 2 here. Whatever. So I don't know what we're going to do on Monday. So, and I don't know what we're going to do today, because like I told her, I said, yeah, I could take you back to the emergency room, but what are they going to do? Are they going to, like, say, admit you and maybe pump you with, a whole lot of antibiotics, or what? What? Because I'll tell you, if her face does not come down and it just continues, I don't know what's going to, she doesn't have a temperature. She has no temperature. Her temperature is 98 something, I don't know if it ain't 98.6, but it's 98, so she doesn't have a fever. So she's okay in that regard. But it's like, I just can't believe it. She can't sleep. She can't eat. I don't know if she's having a whole lot of pain because she does have her pain pills, so, the pain meds. So I don't know what's going on with the medical profession these days. Everything. I mean, I understand. An emergency room is just that. It's you go in, they get you, they deal with the emergency at the moment, and then you do follow-ups, with your own doctors. Well, kind of hard to, number one, to do a follow-up when it's a holiday and you can't follow up with anything. And number two, if something doesn't improve, do you go back? It's embarrassing. I'm sorry, but it is. So it's like, what the heck? And, they're all talking before about, there's not enough nurses, and there's not enough this and not enough that. Well, there sure is enough out there for them to charge you for it. I'll tell you that. So, I don't know. I'm tired. I'm tired of fighting with, that kind of stuff. It becomes a pain. So I don't know. The storm yesterday, and then I got up this morning at about between 3 and 4 a.m. and it is foggy out there. I mean, foggy. Take a sip of coffee. Excuse me. See, I have a outside light outside my on my porch, and I always leave it on. It's on 24/7, and it's one of those. It's like an energy beam type light. I bought it. I bought this thing. It has to be 5 to 7 years ago, and it's still on. Now I probably jinxed it, and it'll probably burn out. But it's been on constantly for between 5 and 7 years. I'd have to go back and look at the date on the. It looks almost like one of those spotlight, the big bulb one stuff. Except this has, I don't know if it's like an LED inside of it or something, but it's bright. I mean, it lights up my whole side yard. And the reason why I'm mentioning it is because it is so foggy outside that when I opened up the door to let the pup out, you could see the fog drifting over the light. It just, it looked almost like smoke just billowing, around the light and stuff. So it's foggy out there. So I expect that would be that way. It was warm enough, and then have rain and everything. So it was definitely going to have some fog. Right now it's 61 degrees. Now, yesterday it was supposed to be about 86 or 87. And today I think it's going to be about the same, maybe less. And then tomorrow I think it's in the 70s and rain. At least that's what they say. But as we know, Ohio or any place else, wait a few minutes and until it makes up its mind, and it could change. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do today. Since my daughter couldn't eat yesterday and really eat, I thought, what, I'm not going to make that big meal. The beef and broccoli. I'm going to do it today though, and then put it in the refrigerator, and then we can just heat it up and eat it whenever she can. Because I don't want the beef to go bad. So I'm gonna probably make that. Yeah. So today, Saturday, I made some hot dogs. And I had there was only a handful of Cajun fries left that I had in the freezer. So we split a little bit of those. and I had 2 hot dogs. We each had 2 hot dogs, and what I did was I didn't want to use bread, so I had some little tiny corn tortilla. What are they called? You know, the little patty, taco shell. I mean, they're not hard. They're the, corn tortillas, I guess. So I took a tiny bit of butter, which I shouldn't have, and put them in the frying pan to crisp them up a little bit, and then we threw the hot dogs on it and rolled it, and we ate it like that. So that's what we ate for supper yesterday, which was not a good thing, but you know what? She tried to eat. I think she ate one, and that's all she could eat. Her mouth hurt too much, and plus nausea. So we'll see what happens today. And like I said, I know she's not going to be able to eat much. So any more of those colors, my luck is I'm going to miss it. So when I'm done with this, I don't know what I'm going to diamond paint next. I think I want to do my coasters, those pie coasters that I got, and then I don't know. I thought about picking a large, painting, but it depends on what I feel like doing. I'm more concerned over my daughter, wanting to know what's going to happen with her. And I thought about calling the emergency room anyway and asking them what we should do, and see if maybe they have a suggestion or something, but I'm going to call one of those urgent cares. I want to find out, why I can't bring her in. But I'm sorry to babble about this, but it's frustrating, it's scary, it's, the whole 9 yards. It's hard to think about anything else, so what's everybody else doing? Are you all going to be having a cookout, or spending it at home with family, or just by yourself, or what? I'm just going to be here by myself, with my daughter. I'm not used to be when I was younger and my whole family was younger. We would, every holiday was a holiday, my sister's birthday is July 3rd. So, we always did a big celebration of that, plus, 4th of July and everything. But we used to have cookouts all the time. And especially, Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July. It was always an excuse to eat and get together with the family. But we don't do that much anymore. Everybody's gotten older, and when everybody started having their own families and trying to do their own traditions, it kind of slowed to where it was, okay, we'd get together maybe one holiday in the summer, and then we all scattered, to different states and everything. So we would, spend time, we'd have maybe one, maybe two cookouts in the summer, and then try to get together either Thanksgiving or Christmas, But now, as my mom is, now in her 90, she's 90, and my stepdad, 101, we just don't, we don't do as much anymore. We still visit, when we can get there, but nobody's doing any major cooking or, partying, planning. It's all about just, calling, talking, visiting, when, and it's, sometimes it's not even a whole gathering, it's when you can get there, my sister living all the way in Tennessee, and my other sister, in California, and, another sister that's in Ohio here where I'm, well, not far from me, but she sometimes will go up there almost every other weekend or so because her kids want to go, well, they're not, I don't call them little kids anymore. They're in their teens, and one already graduated high school and is, I think she was going into nursing, but now she wants to be a veterinarian. So she changed her, whatever she was doing in college, and changed her thingy. So that's what she wants to do. And she had some scholarships or something, I think. So whatever she's doing. So I congratulate her on that. I told her, I said, geez, why couldn't you have been born earlier, and done this sooner? And, it wouldn't cost me a fortune to take my animals to the vet. I could just go to you and you wouldn't, you wouldn't charge me. She said, don't count on it. So, but, yeah, it's, my brother's, he's waiting for the military to, because he was in the Air Force Reserve, and he's waiting for the military to give him his retirement. He filled it out back in last August, and they keep, a snafu happened. Oh, it's, somebody put in the wrong date, or, oh, somebody did, and he's not me. You guys are the ones that, so it's just like the military situation, normal, all effed up. That's how it works. So he's still waiting. Because he wants to get a car, and he's waiting. They owe him back pay. They owe him, his retirement and all that stuff. So he's waiting, and I hope he gets it soon, because I am sure getting tired of listening to him complain about it, because I can't do anything about it. So he's trying to, survive day to day, and driving himself crazy, stuck in an apartment, where he can't go anywhere or do anything. His knees and legs are so bad he can't do a lot of walking. So, and he doesn't want to, he said, he'd be afraid of, either getting mugged or something. He said, and since he's gotten this age, he can't run fast anymore. So he'd rather be in a vehicle, and I don't blame him. So, I don't know. Things are what they are anymore. You do what you can do, and, you move on. Trying to find some other little colors here. It's acting like confetti right now, because you skip around and you miss a few colors, and got to go back and fill them in. So, which, like I said, I'm glad some of you like that little teeny 15 bottle case. I'm sorry, I don't want to sit there and go, oh, I think it was cute. It's a cute little thing. Yeah. But it'll work. It'll work when I put the, using it for your small little things. It takes up less space. And yeah, you travel with it. I didn't realize there, you don't think about it. You're talking to strangers on the internet, and, you know that your life doesn't match other people that you're talking to. I mean, sometimes it does, most times it doesn't. And it never dawned on me, except for when I said it, that, oh, well, you can use it, on an airplane. You can use here, you can use that. because I thought about V, because she's always, she does some diamond painting at work, and, and it would be perfect, in a motorhome, or you take it on vacation, because there's, darn well, there's a lot of us who diamond paint that if we walk away from it, the whole time we're away from it, we're probably sitting there thinking, geez, I could be home painting. I feel like I got to put some drills in. Where am I getting, it's an addiction that you don't want to walk away from. And so you figure, hey, you can take it with you, and you have the little bottle case, and there you go, And I don't think they make one smaller. So, and don't even ask me to look, because I am not doing that. I am not buying another one. I've got my largest one of 120. I've got 260 bottle ones. I've got 330 bottle ones. I have the 15, and I have that Elizabeth Ward containers. So it's like, oh no, I have way too many containers and way too much time on my hands to be looking through Temu and trying to find something even smaller, because I don't need it. So no, thank you very much. I'm not going to do that. So you guys are on your own if you want to look, if they've got even smaller ones. But I am dropping drills everywhere here. I'm going to get my breakfast pretty soon. How long have I been on here? I can't even see it. I don't even know. Yeah. It is, the nighttime has left us, and it is light outside now. So, yeah, it's about almost 5:45. So I'm wondering, what's on the agenda today as far as, rain or fireworks. I mean, I know that's happening. I know that's going to happen. We're going to hear it big time. So, and I'm not going to. Oh, I went outside too, and I cut the. I don't have a garden shears thingies. So I and I have this handheld saw that's used for like in a miter box. You have the miter box, and you can cut your angles. And that's all I had. And I said, you know what? I'm going to use those to cut those weeds that are growing on the side over here. And I did. I hacked them down. I don't care. It's not like I'm using it to miter anything. So, handheld saw, it worked. And I'd like to get out there today, but I don't know if I can. There's two where my bushes are, and where my that big fern green thing that's out there has a little tree growing up in it, and so does I either have a rhododendron or a hydrangea. I can never remember which one it is, but anyway, there's a tree growing up behind it, a little one. So I got to get in there and hack those out, and then once I get those out of there, then I can use my shovel later and try and dig up the root, or pour some salt water down around the root and see if that, gets rid of it. And after, here I'm jumping subjects, but yeah, and after I've been here 21 years, 22, somewhere around there. When I first moved here, there was a wild rose bush that was growing right at the corner of my deck. And it was nuts. It was going everywhere, and I was trying to get rid of it. I even dug it up. I gave it, so my mom, here, take it, put it down by the creek, because she, it would cover, brambly and everything. And I thought I had gotten it all because I hadn't seen it in years. Not in years. Guess what showed up this year? The wild rose bush. I figured, you know what, bush? You waited all these years to pop back up, which means you had some kind of higher power, and you're there. You can stay. I think I put the wrong color there. Yep. Okay. That doesn't go there. Take that out of there. Yeah. I figured, you know what? You beat the odds. You came back. You can stay. So I'm not going to even mess with it. But it looks really nice. I'm waiting for my Rose of Sharon to bloom. And then once fall gets here, I have to remember I've got to cut it. So, because it is too tall and it should be more of a bush. More, down a little further. It's too up there. And so I've got to get to that. And I am not a yard work person. I'm not a landscape. I don't like a lot of flowers. Because it's something I have to maintain. And I just don't. I would rather do indoor stuff, decorate, paint, whatever. I mean, I don't like to paint any more than, the next person, or like to paint more than the next person or whatever. But I would sooner do that than, oh gosh, I am so sorry that coffee just came right up. I'd rather be doing that than the outdoors. That's why I don't like mowing grass. That's why I don't like shoveling snow. No, I'm done with that. I'm going to have to get off here. I have got to get some breakfast. I'm going to get nauseous if I don't eat something. I'm just going to have a small bowl of cereal, I think. And I have some shredded wheat that I really like, so I'm going to have a bowl of that. And I may not get back with you tomorrow. You already had 2 videos yesterday, and here's this one today. And I think I might take a day break, being that it is, Memorial Day. I'm just going to sit and chill and see what's going on with my daughter and see what I can help her with, or, figure something out of what's going on. So I hope you think this painting, sort of looks like them. I think it does. It was reasonable. I got it, like I said, from Amazon. So, well, I'm going to get off here, finish these last 2 or 3 little ones I have to put the drills in for. And I want to tell you, hugs to everybody, like I always say. Hugs to new subscribers. Love you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Whole bunches. Be safe. If you're in an area where you can hear a lot of fireworks and you have pets, please hug your pets. Keep them close. It's scary for them. They don't understand it. And, try to keep them calm. Cuddle with them. And please be safe if you're going somewhere or coming back. Go slow. No one should be in that much of a hurry going through life. It's too short to rush. So, have a good one. Like I said, eat a little for me. I love corn on the cob. Anybody out there who's going to eat corn on the cob, eat an extra ear for me. I love corn on the cob and I can't have it. I can, but I know that's a lot of sugar and a lot of starch. So, I'd have to eliminate something else, and I'm not going to give up something else that I've been eating just to have 1 ear of corn. So, have a good one. hugs. I love you all. And I hope, to see you again on Monday or Tuesday. I will let you know. So you'll see me. So hugs, DP Crazy Lady. I'm out.